Hey everybody, welcome to the Julia Kamanga Show. I hope you're good. So today we're going to talk about some music because you know I love me some music, but today we're doing it differently. Okay, this is not just like my favorite playlist or some shit like that. I want to talk to you about a little something that's a bit concerning because I care about the general public and I need to have this conversation with y'all.
I need a pair of new sneaks so I can kick it like a boss nigga. No days off nigga. Soul searching only miss it when it's lost nigga. Right side, now you know the coast nigga. Back to back, this is what I do all day. But it beats got it sounding like a forte flex.
Hip-hop is changing, you know. Hip-hop is like just very different from what it used to be when it started back in the 70s. It was about self-expression, communication, telling stories and all those different types of things, right? And it was obviously very male dominated. And then we move on to some time and we had more females coming through, you know, Salt and Pepper and shit, coming through and showing us that women can do this shit too, obviously, because we're amazing. Now, you know, we get to this 90s, early 2000s, and we've got our legends and amazing women out there who've been representing us. And we all love till this day, you know, our Lil Kims, our Eves, our Missy Elliott's, our Da Bratz, and all the amazing women who have contributed so much to hip-hop. And people, especially like Lil Kim, who have literally given us the blueprint for many of the artists who are coming up right now or have already come up, such as Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and the likes, right? Obviously, some of them have their own flavors and stuff like that. But it's amazing to see how, you know, influential people like Lil Kim and Missy Elliott were to create the people we have today. And the fact that they're also featuring on these people's stuff is just amazing because it's an evolution. Lately, we've been having a lot of women coming through. Not only just coming through, but being popularized. Because we all know that there were women back in the days. It's just that they weren't given a platform. But now because of social media, lots of women have come through and really shown us that they have been amazing. We just didn't get to see it. But now because there's so much access, we are able to see it. Alright, so let's get into it. So I've been consuming hip-hop for many years of my life. I mean, pretty much since I can remember. There's a lot of different types of hip-hop that we can enjoy. And I definitely believe that within every genre of music, there are different spaces for different types of that kind of music. The same thing with film, right? Not everyone can do a thriller the same way not everyone can do a comedy. It doesn't mean that you're a bad director if you can only do comedy. It's the fact that, you know, you're able to take the thing that you love doing and make it something very interesting. The same thing can be said for music, right? Like, you know, there's different types of hip-hop which is very like storytelling, emotional, deep hip-hop. There's woke hip-hop, there's vibey hip-hop where it's bops and stuff like that. So I don't really understand what is the point of coming at people who make bops and stuff like that when you could just not consume their stuff. It's actually not that difficult to avoid, right? And not even just that, there's woke hip-hop that is also very vibey. They use beats that really you can like jam to if you want. And also those same artists generally do, you know, like have a variety of music. They're also those people who have a variety of hip-hop in their albums. So, you know, you're never stuck for choice. When it came to female hip-hop creators, it seems like there's a lot of slack on them for doing things that they want to do, which I don't think hurts anybody, right? The funny thing is everyone keeps comparing them to people from the 90s and early 2000s, such as the legends. But the legends did the same thing. It's just you didn't have Twitter maybe when you were younger, so therefore you didn't come and hate on them as much. Or just because you want to kind of create this illusion that they were better than the ones that are being created now. Even if said legends came through and said that these new hip-hop people aren't real musicians, who are they to say? You know what I mean? Because as much as you may be a legend in your type of hip-hop, doesn't mean you have a right to come at other people for how they want to present themselves. And this is not to say that we can't critique music and stuff like that. Like, of course, you know, sometimes we can be like, yo, listen, and I'm gonna just use anyone for example here, but you can be like, yo, listen, Nicki Minaj's album wasn't as good, this new album wasn't as good as the last album, right? Because you know the type of music that she creates, and therefore it makes sense that you're kind of saddened that she didn't create something as good. We can critique people in that way, of course, but you can't compare apples to oranges. I don't understand why you're gonna be like, ugh, apples are gross, fuck apples. You know, apples, you're nonsense. Apples are trash. Like, just don't eat apples. I don't understand why you're so touched by the apples when you could just not consume them. Music has changed and there's always gonna be things that we like. There are gonna be hits that are popular because they're a vibe and it just is what it is. And you may not listen to it in a few years. It doesn't fucking matter. You enjoyed it for the time. Not everything can last that long. Not everything can be great in that way. And also, who is to define what is great? You know what I mean? But I'm not going to judge people for listening to that type of music because it doesn't serve any purpose for me. You know what I mean? As I've said before, I don't like country music, but I'm not gonna be like country music is trash. There's a difference. I just don't relate to it. Doesn't mean it's trash. Maybe I just haven't found the right type of country music. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I can't be coming for things that don't suit my purpose. What is the point of going on social media when people talk about Megan Thee Stallion and going, like, there was actually a conversation, I hope I can find it so I can link it. There was a conversation yesterday about Megan Thee Stallion's name, because the T-H-E-E is actually pronounced T-H-E, and everyone's been like, I've been saying it Megan B Stallion, but it's actually Megan the Stallion, you know, kind of thing, right? And some guy at the bottom literally wrote, oh, I just say her name is garbage because her music is trash. Same thing has happened with Doja Cat. Same thing has happened with Bree Runway. Same thing has happened with Cupcake. Same thing has happened with Jungle Pussy. Same thing has happened with so many different artists. Same thing has happened with Cardi B. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times these conversations happen for no reason. You're just trashing on someone. Like, someone would be like, oh, this is a, you know, Cardi B appreciation tweet. And you're gonna be like, but her music is nonsense. Why are you guys celebrating her? It's not for you. You know, it's really not for you. It's okay. It's really, nothing is going to come of it if it's not for you. Nobody's gonna get harmed if you don't like the same things other people like. Fine, you can call it trash music to yourself, but does it matter? Do you have to go under someone's tweet to tell people you think it's trash? Because what benefit does that give you, you know, to say that Cardi B is not a musician in your ears? Great. Lots of people are musicians in my ears, but I don't go looking for their fan base and then coming at their fan base. That's fucking weird. A lot of female rappers get this slack for creating music that is either sexual, they talk about sex, they talk about money, they talk about, you know, materialistic things, they talk about their bodies and stuff like that. People get angry because apparently all these women, and I've said this in the other video about WAP, apparently all female rappers want to influence children. All of them are meant to be mothers. All of them are meant to literally help the next generation. And like I said that time, my content, for example, is not for kids, right? I don't make content so children can be like, oh, she's my influencer. No. The same way Rihanna said the same thing when some woman complained and said that her children are consuming her music and it's inappropriate. Rihanna said, I don't make the music for the children. The same way Cardi B stopped her song from playing when her child came in, because Cardi B doesn't make music for her kids. And some people made a stupid comment like, why is it that she's covering her child from hearing this music? Because it's not for kids. Like, I'm trying to be calm here. No female rapper, I think, is trying to make music for children. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's trying to be Will Smith and keep it family friendly, and everyone has the right to not do that. Because not everyone wants to listen to family friendly hip hop, because I'm an adult and I want to listen to adult hip hop with adult topics. You know, I'm going to listen to WAP and Body and, you know, Streets and Addiction and stuff like that because I like those songs, because it suits me as a person. The funny thing is, nobody comes at T.I. for only having like technically one really deep album. Technically, the one before he went to jail. And I'm sorry to bring T.I. up because he's a piece of shit right now, but you know what I mean. Rick Ross is the biggest one because technically he speaks about cars and money and fucking women all the time. But no one is coming at him for doing that, it's okay. But the minute that Megan Thee Stallion talks about cars and money and fucking men, then it's a big issue. Now all of a sudden we must think about the kids and the influence and the fact that her music's trash. But it's okay, Rick Ross has been doing it. How many albums does he even have? Not to say he's never had a deep song, but I'm just trying to say that his topics are generally the same shit in different beats. But nobody cares because it's the boss, right? He's Rick Ross. He's a man. He's the Groot man. But no, how dare female rappers do the same thing? We're gonna call it trash. But I'm saying when a lot of male rappers, they don't get random women coming through and being like, your music's trash, why do you even? You know what I mean? Unless the person is a rapist most of the time, or an abuser, or a sexual assaulter of some sort, then a lot of people will generally be like, you guys are promoting someone who's hurt people. That's a different situation. You know, female rappers have the right to exist however they want, not to create content for your kids. You know what your kids should be watching? Freaking Dora the Explorer, or like whatever kids watch. You know what they should be listening to? Like the equivalent of Hannah Montana of this time. I don't know what it is. You not being able to control what your children consume is not our problem, you know, as people who want to listen. You just need to be able to be the type of parent who blocks that stuff or explains that stuff to your kids so they understand. I was a kid who was busy listening to Eminem, best believe. Didn't really do anything different to my life because, you know, I was raised right. So it doesn't really mean that much. I mean, my niece has probably heard things that, you know, she technically shouldn't be hearing, but she's still fine. because we're able to explain and have that conversation. And she's able to understand right from wrong for her age group. She's like, I'm a kid, this isn't the stuff I want to hear, and she moves on because we've taught her, right? And she's got logic, she's a child, she can think. Just because you decided to procreate doesn't mean everyone must stop. And now, you know, because some of these women have kids themselves and their kids are fine, so just relax. Women in hip-hop are just growing in numbers, and it's amazing to see. I also think that women in hip-hop have a beautiful way of creating variety in the music that they make, working with different types of people, different types of genres, and just really having fun with the type of music they want to create. Not taking themselves too seriously when they don't want to, and taking themselves rightfully seriously when they have to. Really pulling out the sparks, the dance, the visuals, the outfits, the makeup, the hair, just the social media engagement, the content that they talk about, the political engagement that they have is just amazing to see. Of course, there are people who have, you know, problematic tendencies, and I'm not going to mention her name because her stands are going to come for me and I don't have time for that. Stop judging them for no reason, because a lot of the time you're just judging them because they're women. Nothing other than that. It's like lots of people purposely go and look for Saweetie's music. Wow, there I call Saweetie. People go look for Saweetie's music and try to find a problem with it when there's no need. Her music is a vibe, actually, you know. And the funny thing is, I nearly thought her music was actual trash because of all the things people were saying on social media about how she makes trash music. But then when I went to go listen to it, I was like, wow, she's fucking amazing, actually. Why are people hating on her? And I was just like, maybe they listened to the wrong song, because that happens. Like, you listen to the wrong song, you're like, whatever. But I mean, she made a song called High Maintenance, and that shit was a vibe. It's like 2 minutes of like, I need more. And she talks about money and stuff, but it's in a way that I can actually like have a good time with, not in a way that it's inaccessible to someone like me, which is also something that a lot of female rappers are good at doing, is talking about things that are accessible to the general public. You see, Rick Ross talking about his Maybachs, great, fantastic, it's great, must be nice. It's great to listen to things like Aston Martin music, it's a fun time, but at the same time I can't relate to it. But songs like WAP, you can, because it's just about you having sex with whoever you want and really just putting it down on them kind of thing, right? I don't know how to explain it. It's like they make music for people so that they can relate to it, but also when it's wishful that you want that life, it feels like it's accessible. When a lot of male rappers don't do that, they want to show you how far they are different from you. Again, not to say that female rappers don't do this. Of course, Nicki Minaj is synonymous with like coming and telling us that we're her sons and shit. As much as we're her sons and, you know, we listen to her music, there's lots of stuff we can still relate to in the music that she makes. But she's also problematic, so that's fine. Look at Best Friend. As much as it was like an iced out, like, you know, they dressed in clothes I could never access, I still feel like I can relate because I have a best friend. I got best friends actually, and I feel like, you know, and they're like, yes bitch, you know, and I can relate to that kind of content. How many guys sing about their best friends in even a healthy way? They didn't even come at anyone. They were like, Doja and her were literally like, we got big booties, we don't need niggas because we got our own money. We don't need to worry about anyone fetching us. She don't need to call no Uber because she got her own car. You know, it's like my best friend's doing the damn thing. My best friend's doing the damn thing. Our best friendship is great. I mean, I know a male rapper would never ever rap about such things, but imagine it was turned around. Let's say Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. They both made a song about being best friends. You'll be okay with it, even though there's nothing big to it. It's not talking about political, you know, shit like that. You'll still be okay with it. But because it's Saweetie and Doja Cat now, and also because they're sexy, and also because it threatens you, and also because they're owning their sexuality, and it also threatens you, you're gonna come at them, and it's not gonna be fun anymore. Now you don't like it. Oh, you don't like the fact that Nick versus Megan Thee Stallion is talking about men in the same way that men talk about women. She's like, I got a lot of niggas. They must understand. Oh, now it's a problem because it's like, oh, you're a woman. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to want one man. One man. You must be monogamous. Oh, because Megan Thee Stallion is like, I'm gonna show my butt, I'm gonna twerk when I want to. Now it's a problem. You're like, no, it's only nice when you're in T.I.'s video being half naked and objectified. We don't like it when you're being your own fucking self. We don't like it when you're like owning it. That's annoying. I just feel like a lot of male consumers especially, but also like those pick-me's. I need to stop, guys. I'm really trying to stop calling these women pick-me's. You know, you've got the people like, I can't believe that women are making this type of music. Are you subjecting yourself to the same things that men are subjecting you to? Not really. Being sexual and being sexualized, there's a very big definition between the two. I'm going to talk about sex freely because I have the right to, and I'm going to do it on my own terms and let you consume it on my terms. That's different. It's different if you're telling me that this is who I am. Someone actually mentioned this about Chloe Bailey, where people don't like the fact that she's owning her sexuality, which I love. I'm like, girl, own that shit, because people were trying to take the narrative from you, and now you're finally doing it for your damn self. Now everyone's angry. But you're angry because you're not doing it to her when she was young, which is weird. A lot of the time, we don't want to allow people to create the content they want to create and how they want to create it because it offends us. It's threatening to us. So we project and decide to be annoyed with it, especially when it comes to toxic masculinity. I know you're tired of this word. Well, stop doing it then. I don't know what to tell you. When it comes to toxic masculinity, they really don't want women to own the way that they want to present themselves. They said they want Lauryn Hills, of the world. And I'm just like, then go get a Lauryn Hill. I don't understand. Lauryn Hill can literally exist the same time as Lil Kim. Why are you threatened because other people are deciding to maybe be more like Lil Kim than Lauryn Hill? It's okay. There are Lauryn Hills out there. There are people like her. There are people who rap like her, like Chica, for example. But you don't want to consume her content because you want to be angry about other people's content. That's weird to me. Because I can listen to Sampha the Great. Is it Sampha or Sampha? I apologize if I said your name wrong. Sampha the Great, and I can listen to Chica. The same time I can listen to Doja Cat, and I can listen to Ruby Rose. The same way you're able to listen to Kendrick Lamar, and you're able to listen to J. Cole, and also still listen to Drake when he has these pop moments, and DJ Khaled. The thing is, there's so much out there. You just don't want to find it because you want to complain. Just admit the reason you're complaining is just because you're angry that people are owning the thing they want to create for themselves. They're owning their identity. They're owning who they are to the general public. And it irritates you because you want to control how women are looked at, right? Not everyone's a Missy Elliott, and not everyone can be. She's fucking Missy Elliott. She's a legend. Not everyone is that person, but there are people who have rap like her that you can go find. No, really, it's not. Go to Spotify. Go and say female rappers. Someone's made a playlist for you. Different types of playlists for you. You can literally go look for what you want. That's literally how I found Bree Runway. I was just like, female rappers, and I saw a playlist and I was like, oh shit, she's amazing. And started consuming her content so quickly, for example, right? The same way I found Sweetie. The thing is, these people exist out there. You just have to go look for them. It's really not that difficult. And it doesn't, don't concern yourself about the fact that particular people are popular. It's what people want. The same way particular clothes are popular, particular looks of apartments are popular, particular hairstyles are popular. It's, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, I don't understand why you're so frustrated by the fact that people want to consume this and people want to make content for this. Female rappers are so amazing and so talented and so diverse. Yes, I'm sorry, compared to male rappers, very much so. I can literally give you a little example just about their branding, their looks, their videos, what they do to us. Best believe female rappers are killing it out there. Shit, I'll even do a music video greatness on female rappers just to show you how amazing they are. Not to say there's anything really wrong with them, but sometimes their content fucking bores me, and I've said this to you. It really does. It's a mansion, it's a chick busy twerking, and then it's like drinking alcohol, and they're not even dressed nicely, they don't even do their hair, haven't even brushed their edges, haven't done nothing, they didn't even clean their nails, because you don't expect much from them. But female rappers put on an entire performance for you, and you're mad. And this is again saying there are male rappers out there who fucking kill it with their music videos, such as Kendrick Lamar. His music videos are just some of my favorite that have ever been consumed in the hip-hop community. But my thing is, how many Kendrick Lamars are there? Not many. Not even just talking music-wise. I'm talking just, performance, what they present to us. They're not many at all. Really, lots of the time, most people are just lazy with the videos that they make and the contents that they have. And, you're just like, okay, whatever. It's just there are a lot more female rappers out there that I can point to actually put on a show. They give us visuals. Music aside, they really give us something to look at. No, they're not just wearing booty shorts. Literally, they're covered in the most beautiful materials and stuff like that. Because that's, beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. Do you see how her hair's laid? 3 different hairstyles, 1 video. You're just angry because you want to be. Which is fine. Be angry. But don't make it everyone else's problem. And don't come, trolling on Twitter about people who are doing well. Who also aren't even affecting you. And now you all want everyone to be Lauryn Hills? Sometimes Lauryn Hill said some fucked up shit, man. Like, she's not perfect. But no one's gonna come at her because she's saying shit that men want to hear. Not to say that's her whole thing. I'm just saying, for example, there was in Doo-Wop, she said a line that I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like, it's because men liked the line so much that they're like, everyone must be a Lauryn Hill. You don't even know what that means. You don't even know who she is now. You don't even know what she stands for. You wouldn't even know what kind of music she would make if she was popular at this time versus that time. You don't know her. You don't know what her influences could have been. So to demand a Lauryn Hill is weird. But again, there are people out there who make music like her. So just go listen to them and stop complaining. It's that simple. You know?